Robert Pattinson sees double, Margot Robbie goes WooHoo for Sims, and all the movie news you missed this week. For those left wondering what is up next for Bong Joon-ho, the time has come to find out. Among the major news stories that came out this week was the trailer release for Mickey 17, the director's anticipated follow-up to Parasite. In addition, updates have come out regarding a Margot Robbie-produced game adaptation for the screen and the confirmation of what will be the next installment of the Transformers franchise. In order to keep you informed on all things film, here is a handy roundup of the most talked-about headlines of this week. Reacher alum Alan Ritchson is currently shooting his next project in Australia alongside Dennis Quaid and Stephen James. They are starring in War Machine, a sci-fi thriller that takes place in the final 24 hours of a hefty selection process, in which the Army Rangers will be faced with an unimaginable threat. Patrick Hughes, known for helming The Hitman's Bodyguard, will not only direct the film but also act as a co-writer and producer. War Machine's filming will continue all the way to the end of the year, expected to wrap up in December. The film will later land on Netflix worldwide, with a limited theatrical release in Australia. After Parasite swept the Oscars in 2020, earning 6 awards including Best Picture, audiences were left wondering what Bong Joon-ho's follow-up would be. Years later, the renowned director will put out his next film, a sci-fi production entitled Mickey 17. As seen in the official trailer, the project is set in a futuristic reality where humans can opt to be part of a technological experiment where they can get revived multiple times. In it, Mickey Bonds decides to leave Earth and sign up to be an expandable, with his body getting regenerated every time he dies. Although he is discarded and reprinted over and over again, his memories remain intact in the process. Mickey 17 is scheduled to arrive on the big screen starting January 31, 2025. Aside from Pattinson, the film has a star-studded ensemble with names such as Steven Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, and Toni Collette on board. Margot Robbie is far from done bringing beloved games and toys to the screen. After Barbie, her company Lucky Chap Entertainment is set to produce a Monopoly movie and The Sims live-action movie. The latter is one step closer to getting made, with Amazon MGM Studios officially giving their stamp of approval. This week it was reported that Amazon MGM greenlit the film for development, meaning that sooner rather than later an official cast will be assembled. The main premise for The Sims is left under wraps, but given that it is based on a life simulation game, the possibilities are endless as to what the film could be about. The project will be directed by Loki's Kate Herron and co-written by Herron and Brian E. Redman. It is no secret that Jennifer Lopez is a rom-com queen, having starred in multiple genre favorites, like Made in Manhattan and The Wedding Planner. The actress is now preparing to play a love interest yet again in Office Romance, alongside Ted Lasso alum Brett Goldstein. The movie will be another collaboration between Lopez and Netflix, and its script will be penned by Goldstein and Joe Kelly. Both leads have recently premiered films at the 2024 Toronto International Film Festival, one being a riveting sports drama called Unstoppable and the other being a sci-fi romance entitled All of You. Goldstein, Lopez, Kelly, Aaron Ryder, Andrew Sweat, Elaine Goldsmith-Thomas, and Benny Medina are all producing Office Romance. Goldsmith-Thomas and Medina are also working with Lopez on a Netflix series based on Happy Place, a popular book talk romance by Emily Henry. With Transformers 1 out in theaters this weekend, showcasing the origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, the future of the franchise was up in the air. Yet, the film's follow-up has now been confirmed by Transformers producer Lorenzo di Bonaventura in an exclusive interview with Collider's Steve Weintraub. According to di Bonaventura, the franchise's next installment will be the anticipated Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. After a post-credit scene from Transformers, Rise of the Beasts confirmed that G.I. Joe members were also a part of the same universe. Audiences were curious to know when a crossover film would come out. With di Bonaventura's update, it seems like it will be released soon. In the same interview, the producer also shared more about how the creative team is crafting the story for the upcoming movie. 6 years later, Big Nick O'Brien is making a comeback in a sequel called Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. The cop will once again track down a ragtag group of thieves, and he isn't the only one back for the follow-up. Donnie Wilson, the bank robbery mastermind from the first film, will return and possibly join forces with Big Nick on his new mission.